So Israel's a giant sandbox in the middle of nowhere, right next to the Mediterranean. And about the year 0, it was run by Rome. But Rome didn't actually like running a bunch of irrelevant colonies, so they let this guy be king, supervised by this guy. And this guy crucified this guy for saying he was the son of God, because apparently that's illegal. That guy didn't actually want to crucify this guy, but these guys made him. They're called the Sanhedrin. They enforce Jewish law. And this guy didn't want to start a riot because he didn't have the troops to deal with it. And he was already in hot water for this guy in Rome. So this guy crucified the one who said he was the son of God. But he got the last laugh because he started the world's largest religion, Christianity. But it didn't get big until later, because this guy didn't like it, so it was banned. Then the Romans got tossed out, and another empire ran the place. Then these guys showed up, tossed out the empire, and started Hanukkah. Breaking news, some guy's running around the desert in the Arabian Peninsula, claiming he has messages from God. We can make a religion out of this. It's called Islam. He gets a bunch of followers, but then they break up, and then one of them takes over Israel. So the followers of the Son of God see this, and they try to take it back, and they keep failing. They try again, and they fail. It's a running occurrence. They keep failing. So while the followers of the Son of God fail, another group tries and succeeds. Those guys are called the Ottomans. So everything's peaceful for a while, and then World War I happens. And the Ottomans lose. So Britain and France take over, and Britain wants to give the Jews a homeland, but the Middle East doesn't like that. More breaking news, World War II happens, and the dictator in Germany hates all the Jews. And this guy kills a bunch of them, but he ultimately fails. Then Britain tries to give the Jews a homeland again. They call it Israel. But the rest of the Middle East doesn't like this. So when Britain leaves, they invade. Fortunately for the Jews, this guy starts a militia, and it's called the Haganah. It ultimately means Jewish resistance, freedom fighting type of guy. So eventually the Arabs get tired of invading, so they leave. Now Israel's an actual country. And everything's great for a while. And Israel actually gets a decent military. More breaking news, but it's secret this time. The Arabs are going to try and invade again. So the Israelis have the upper hand, and they bomb the Arab planes out of existence. And then they invade. They managed to get through that whole war in a week, hence calling it the 6-Day War. They grabbed the Golan and the Sinai, and the Arabs aren't very fond of that. More breaking news, and it's public this time. The Arabs are going to try and invade again, but this time it's on a super special holiday. Yom Kippur! This invasion kind of works, but the Israelis throw them out again. And everything's great for a while. And then in 1982, they get bored of fighting over the giant sandbox, so they just let Egypt have it. During all this, the Palestinians got annoyed, and then they wanted their land back. They have a thing for hijacking airplanes and blowing them up, and others sat in tents in the desert and made everyone feel really sorry for them. The UN let them run a piece of land, except they don't run it, because it's run by a bunch of terrorists. And those terrorists start to attack Israel, and they really have a thing for hating buses. Israel finally hit bottom with the terrorists, so they decide to invade Lebanon in 2006. It kind of works. They shut up a few of the terrorists. And then this guy becomes POTUS, and he's not a real big fan of Israel. And then this guy becomes leader of Israel, and he doesn't like this guy, but the Americans like this guy. And then America got a new president. And then this guy shows up to look at the big wall that the Jews left. He might be searching for peace, but he's actually just looking for design ideas.